see some progress now, like a lot of the harder jobs, the major jobs, you know, getting power to the batteries via the motor has taken since March because of the tyranny of distance and sourcing the correct alternators that will fit straight in there. First one not easy, the second one had to be modified. You know, bilge pumps, the bilge system itself a complete mess, not working at all, or working but terrible. And so that's all starting to come together now, and I can turn my attention to the windlass, and I actually started tidying up the front of the boat today. So I'm at that stage. I'm getting towards fuel polishing. Tomorrow I'll know what's going on with the rig once I see the rigger, and I'll get a lot more insight to the boat, because the rigger's a 35-year-old. I've been doing rigging on Sydney Harbour for 35 years, Joe Walsh. He's completed 15 Sydney to Hobarts, and he feels that he knows this boat. He feels he might have worked on this boat, on the rigging at some stage 30 years ago. So I can't wait to talk to him and for him to see the boat. But yes, very nice to just sit here and be at the stage where I've got the motor running and letting the batteries charge, and I mean that takes care of the autopilot. That's a fair drain on the system. I'm going to need the motor running with the autopilot, I feel, or at least a way to give it a good charge through the day on this journey, on this trip up the coast. Anyway, all very excited, all starting to. I've been waiting for this stage where I get over that hurdle of the absolute the necessity, the work that has to be done at all costs, like as quick as possible, because the boat's suffering, to now being able to free myself up and turn my attention to simple things like, well, simple, but learning the navigation system, how it works. Is it correct? Is the compass still correct? I mean, it's been very professionally tuned for the deviation, but is it correct? I need to check it. I can't just go out thinking that's right, because she's had magnets put in here from what I've read, and this here, this is also reduces the variation. Actually, I think the most variation on this boat, for a steel boat, is 4 degrees, because the compass has been professionally tuned. There's little magnets in around the compass under here. I need to get in there and have a look if they're still there, and I need to take it for a set to it. Oh, it's fuel. Didn't turn the fuel on. Oh, I don't want to run out of fuel. I don't want to have to bleed the system. There you go. I forgot to turn the fuel tap on. Ooh. Lucky she runs on the smell of an oily rag. She's a lot happier now. Imagine having to bleed the bloody fuel system in the morning or something, or tonight, so I can make sure I go there if I'd run a dry fuel. See, I checked the oil. It's something that Chris, the mariner, goes on about. Before you do stuff, sit down, take 10 or 15 minutes, make a cup of coffee, and it might be a simple thing like that, starting that motor. And I forgot to turn it. Have you done everything? You know, like I watched him repair an engine out at the sea. His motor got seawater in it. It was hydraulically locked, and it was amazing to watch him how he went about it. And then at the end, after 12 hours of work, I think it took him 12 hours, he just stopped when he was ready to start the motor, and he says this is where you just take a break, you take 10 or 15 minutes,
put a breaker unit in it, off one switch from the alternators, because we've got a problem with the alternators. An exciter, they need an exciter, which means they need a bit of load. So we've got resistors